you know, from these early audiences, we have learned, number one, that people have a very personal connection to Louis Armstrong. When people talk about Louis Armstrong, they're talking about the history of their family and their parents playing certain music for them, or them watching certain movies, or hearing certain songs when they're with their grandparents or their parents. And so I think immediately, which is very special, people have their guard down in a way that we don't, or they allow their guard to be down in a way that isn't necessarily always true when you go to see a new show. Sometimes we can have our guard up because we don't know what we're getting ourselves into, and we don't know what we're about to experience. But with this show, there truly is an openness and an engagement that people have, so that when we get into the civil rights section and we talk about the challenges that Louis had during that time and how people felt he was an Uncle Tom, and then he had to basically speak out, people can embrace that, our audiences can embrace that in a way that doesn't feel defensive. It feels like you're already connected. You're already in a family of people who are in this exploration process. So I like that. I like that it's a true conversation between the audience from the very first song. The audience is open, and they're welcoming, and they're enjoying this world that they're in, so that when we get to the hard stuff, it doesn't feel like it doesn't feel preachy. It doesn't feel like a labor. It feels like a conversation. And I think, you know, I mean, and you know, the parallels to our own society today, as we're seeing, you know, in our own neighborhoods, in our own communities, are remarkable. There are a lot of things that we haven't tackled properly yet. We're still trying to iron out race relations and the nature of fame and how that influences our society, and who our heroes are, and why we choose people to be our heroes. So there are a lot of those things in there too, which I think people will really connect to.